There have been some amazing tributes to Roger Moore with his passing. You can find them all over YouTube. This is our version because we had to focus on the kit, the clothing that Roger Moore favored. Yes, folks, this is all about the safari jacket. Hello, David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. Welcome back with this outlay of Roger Moore props. Obviously, this is a lean towards Roger Moore. It's all about the safari jacket. Let's talk about it. The safari jacket has military roots, and that's, I think, what makes it so interesting. I mean, if you think back to some of those pictures in the 1920s, 30s, but it all goes back to the 1800s, maybe even farther than that. These were military field jackets that had a lot of purpose. So, for example, they had epaulets. And the epaulets weren't just there to hold rank. No, they were there to hold binoculars and other gear. They had belts. Well, the belts were there to hold more supplies and pockets and things like that. And there were pockets everywhere. This was not just a jacket, certainly for fashion or style. It was a jacket specifically for utility. And that's the amazing thing about the resurgence of the safari jacket that we've all seen in, the last few months and even during the 70s and 80s with Roger Moore is that it's a style piece that has an incredible amount of functionality to it. So you know what we do here. This is about the Bond experience. It's not about the safari jacket experience. We actually chose two safari jackets that caught our eyes, and we're going to talk about them. We're going to not only talk about them and the functionality and the style aspect of it, we're going to also field test them as well. It's pretty hot out. It's a good day to do this. Let's begin. So the first safari jacket we're going to be talking about is this one. This is the LL Bean field jacket or safari jacket. Now the reason I chose this one, it's very classic. LL Bean, US brand, based in Maine. This jacket goes a long way back. They took a lot of their traditional military roots around LL Bean and applied it to this jacket. So it's got all the different trappings of the safari jacket. It's got the multiple pockets, it's got the plackets, it's got both press buttons, and it's got the zippers. But you know what we do here. Let's try this puppy on. Now, one of the things I want to make sure is that the different ones that we're trying today have both utility and function. Let me come a little bit closer, all right? So now I'm in complete darkness, but there's the LL Bean tag. Here's the internal. There's like a netting in here. And the netting can be used to obviously keep things from shifting around. There's a lot of internal pockets in here. And you can see right here, for example, we've got these pull tabs on the side to make it a little bit tighter. But here's what we do, right? We try these puppies on. So let me tell you, when I ordered this, I looked at their size chart and it said their mediums fit a 38 to 40. Those of you who've been playing along at home, I'm like a 38 to 40 US size. This thing was monstrous. It is monstrous. You can kind of see, even before I start buttoning it and doing little things, it is really big. So what I'm going to immediately do, I will come in closer for those of you. I'm going to actually tighten this on the inside. The reason I'm doing this little tightening thing, obviously, is because this thing is monstrous. It would look like a giant hefty bag if I wore this out. So I want to get this a little bit tighter to give this a fair shot. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the makeup of this. It's a blend of cotton and polyester. It's thick. It's a little bit thicker than I expected. I wanted something potentially a little bit lighter. Zipper worked very well, by the way. I know everybody's always interested in that. And I'll start pushing these buttons. I'll start pushing buttons. Now, here we go, all right? Now, I pulled it in on the side. You can kind of see how it is on the side. The arms are huge, but happily they have extra little snap buttons to make them a wee bit tighter, okay? So what I'm doing on this particular one from LL Bean is I'm tightening everything, all right? The medium was obviously too big. I would have taken a small in this. And by the way, this is $149 without shipping, just to give you some price points. All right, so I'm wearing this right now. How do I feel? I feel, look, I can fit somebody else who wants to join me. It's still really big. And the other thing is, I feel like I'm wearing a fall coat. Certainly not even a spring coat. It feels thick. Now this has some very cool little things. Again, I'm going to come in close. Let's see, cheap seats at home. See the zipper right here? This has a hood, which is nice. Now the hood, I will tell you, it's hard to get back in. Once you get back in, your neck area gets a little rolled up. So I wasn't too fond of that. This falls pretty far below. Okay, this probably has good utility during the fall. I'm a little nervous because I'm already starting to sweat and it's air conditioning on the inside, and yet I'm going to test this outside. So I'm nervous about that. I'm nervous about the heat aspect. It doesn't feel like it breathes. It's got lots of great pockets, lots of good utility. So they get an A on that. Right now, fabric-wise, they're getting like a C minus, but I'll find out outside. Fit-wise, D, maybe even close to an F. Because come on, guys, this is not a 3840. I don't know what you were smoking, but you know what we're going to do. We're going to go try it outside. Let's do it. Okay, we're outside with the jacket, and funny enough, and maybe this happens everywhere in the world, but it's Saturday morning, so the entire neighborhood in suburban Pennsylvania is cutting their lawns. Who knew? Anyway, it's hot. You can see it's blasting me right now, so we're going to walk around with this jacket and see how it holds up in the heat like a safari jacket should. Let's take a look. Okay, it's been about 25 minutes. I've been wearing the LL Bean safari jacket. It's freaking hot. I had those little caterpillar water beads going down my back. I got the sweat coming around my neck, everything. This is not something you want to wear in the desert or the 85-degree heat or humidity. It's thick. It's got this thick cotton. It just does not breathe. It's not very comfortable either. And I'm sorry to say, maybe it's just, you know, because it's brand new out of the package, it's got this weird plasticky smell that I'm just not digging. Sorry. I mean, it's got lots of utility. I get it. There's lots of pockets. It's just not something I would wear. And I gotta take it off. I gotta take it off because it's hot. Okay, I've toweled off, and now we're talking about the next safari jacket that caught our eyes, and it's from our good friends over at Mason & Sons, David and Elliot, and it is the Anthony Sinclair safari jacket that I think has garnered a lot of attention in the Bond forums and in the Bond community overall. And here it is. Now you can already tell just on this form, the silhouette's different. It's a lot different. It's a lot more fashionable. The weight itself of the fabric, see how it's kind of floating, is very light. Okay, this particular fabric, it's lighter than a raincoat. It's almost like a windbreaker like material, but you can tell that it breathes extremely well. The color is very interesting too, and I'm just gonna grab really quickly the LL Bean. You can see how the colors are very different. This one's more of that kind of light khaki. This one almost has a putty type of look to it, so it's a little bit more fashionable with the collar and everything. Really nice, but this is all about fit, utility, etc. By the way, before we even get into that, as usual, from our good friends at Mason & Sons, they have all the accoutrements that come with this. Because this is a fashion element, it's a style element, it's an investment. They give you a wonderful hanger, and they also give you this really cool suitor. And the suitor itself folds up very small, but it's got the Anthony Sinclair writing on it. I always love those little details to create the experience, but let's try this on. So this has, instead of the push buttons, the poppers, this has regular buttons. We're gonna move our little friend over here so we can get into this. I'm going to show this up close. So, and again, sorry about the darkness, but this has a really great lining on the inside right here, but it's not lined everywhere. Just at the top where you would kind of connect that, it's got the nice hanging loop. And then back here, it's got an additional, let's see if the camera can pick that up. It's a leather back loop. It's very cool. I mean, you can hang that up, you can do a lot of different things, but there's also this great, I don't think it's suede, but there's some sort of material on the back that gives it a little bit extra structure. Whoops, one more thing. Pockets, zip pockets on either side that are outlined with that same lining. So, all right, already it's getting really high marks from a fashionable standpoint. But how does this look? Now, I took a size 40. Elliot was great. I said, give me a 38. He goes, trust me, mate. I assume he said that. Don't do that. Take a 40. It fits almost like the G9 Harrington, which is slim fitted. So it's not skinny, but it's slim fitted. All right, so here we go. You can start seeing it already. I'm gonna kind of turn to the side here so you can all see the silhouette. So right now, this is the way it fits. It fits great in the arm. I haven't buttoned the second button. It's just the first button. I haven't buttoned this button up here, but I will. And how does it fit? So it's an amazing fit, right? I mean, this is all about style meeting fashion meeting utility. I still have my multiple pockets here. So you can see all the wonderful pockets. We'll get a little bit closer so you can see them even better. The pockets themselves feel great. Again, it's that really nice lightweight material. I'm not as scared about going outside. Let's see how it looks in the back. All right, so perfect arm length right now. High armhole, fits great in the back. The 40 was the right pick, my friends. What I like about this too is I'm not a tall guy at all. This breaks just below the groin. And you can see that from the side, from the front, from the 3/4, it looks fashionable. I could wear this in a business meeting. I could kind of do the whole pop collar thing, make it a little bit more fashionable for the streets of New York, Milan, what have you. But I also feel like I could wear this with jeans. I could wear this as a utility jacket out there as well. The color I'm digging. Again, it's like that putty color. It's not really the traditional khaki, so yet it's something a little bit different, but it doesn't look like a raincoat. What I didn't want this to do was for it to look like a raincoat in any way, and this doesn't look like a raincoat. You can see now I'm standing in kind of the light that it still has all those forms and feature, but you know what we're gonna do, right? You can see it coming. We gotta go test this thing. It's 85 degrees out there. It is, I kid you not, 80 to 85% humidity. We just had rain, so everything's steaming up. This is gonna be a good test for this jacket. Let's go do it. Yeah, some people have lawn gnomes in their property. We have Bubo, the owl from Clash of the Titan. Don't judge me. Anyway, we're gonna walk around the property a little bit and see how the jacket works. Okay, well, I've been walking around for about 35 minutes. It's a nice day, but it's hot. It's 85 to 86 degree. The real temperature, the real feel must be like 90 because it is incredibly humid. And yet, I feel great. No beads of sweat above my upper lip, which they usually collect, because the jacket is so light. And it breathes, and it gives me a little bit of room, but not too much room. That's the other thing. I didn't feel restricted at all. I know this fits more fitted than the LL Bean one, but I didn't feel like it was hugging me or choking me at all. It was perfect, actually. So 2 thumbs up for utility out in the wild. Well, there you have it. I wasn't going to claim a winner. I wasn't actually thinking about doing something like that, but I have to claim winner as the Anthony Sinclair one. I just have to. It felt great. It worked well. Good utility. Fashionable. Stylish. Fit was perfect. Colors great. Quality fantastic. And really good experience and service beginning to end. So here's the thing. These things are going like hotcakes. In fact, I don't even know if you're watching this, if your size is still available. I do know that they're going to reissue these because they've been so popular in February. So if you can't get your size now, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait till February. But the nice thing is they're actually coming out with a winter fall version of this. So we're looking forward to actually reviewing that. If it's of the same ilk as this, then it's going to be thumbs up. But this has been great because, again, it's taking that whole Roger Moore aspect, tying it to something that you can wear out there as an invisible Bond moment and still have some amazing kit. Anyway, this has been David Zaritsky for the Safari Jacket, for the Bond Experience, and we're going to talk to you real soon. Take care. Oh, hey, you're still here. Hi. Didn't even know. You listen, while you're here, if you want, so I would actually go to this button right here and click on it because then you actually subscribe to our vlogs. It's amazing. You get to see all the upcoming stuff first. You get notifications. It screams at you while you're at work. It's absolutely amazing. Just click on this button, hit subscribe. Just move your cursor, move.